Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'm going to be trying to win a game with Dondozo in the Silver Series Trainer Trial. So we tried this in Singleton, and yeah, it didn't end very well, wasn't able to win a game. So I'm going to try this again in Silver Series, and then again in GLC, and then again in CU Cup, and then hopefully we will win a game with Dondozo. But yeah, Dondozo, for those of you who don't know, has the attack Supplemental Swallow Up, which has this like weird spacing between the attack cost and the attack name. It's really weird. But it says look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you may attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to this Pokemon. And you really want to be aiming for 4 or 5 energy. Like 4 energy is perfect, 3 energy is kind of like a bit meh, but it's still workable because then you can just attach another energy next turn anyhow. But still, you want to be aiming for 4 or 5 energy realistically. And then Hydro Splash for a whopping 5 energy does 180 damage. And yeah, that's a deck in a nutshell. Plays 4 copies of Dondozo and 38 basic Water Energy, which to be honest isn't a lot really, it's only 38. Also plays 18 trainers, which is considerably more than the last list that I was playing with Dondozo. And it's kind of built around this A-Spec Secret Box, which says discard 3 other cards from your hand in order to use this card, which isn't that detrimental anyway, because we just play so many energy. And it says search your deck for an item card, a Pokemon tool card, a supporter, and a stadium. And our stadium of choice is going to be Artazon, which, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just finds other Dondozo. Also got nest balls in here, which will allow us to find even more Dondozos. Pokégears, which are kind of there to just find Arven mainly, but, they could be useful to find Brock Scouting, which will allow you to find 2 Dondozo out of the deck, which is handy. Also got a Night Stretcher in here, and to be honest, out of all the games I've played, this is the most useless card, I would say. Probably the most cuttable. Like, you could replace this with literally any other card and it would have been better, because, to be honest, I just don't think you need many Dondozo in a game. Like, you're probably going to win or lose with 3 or 4 anyway, so, like, you don't need Night Stretcher, realistically. Also got Heavy Baton in here, though, which is definitely the best aspect of being able to run this deck in Silver Series, because in Singleton, only one Dondozo, only one attacker, kind of meh, but with Heavy Baton, you can actually chain multiple Dondozo back to back, or at least in theory. But yeah, play 3 copies of Heavy Baton, which allow you to conserve 3 energy from one Dondozo to the next one. But it's still a bit risky, and because you're running Heavy Baton, you're not running things like Hero's Cape, which, kind of sucks. I'll just bring up Hero's Cape here. Heros. I can't spell to save my life. There we go. Hero's Cape. The Pokemon this card's attached to gets plus 100 HP, which was a pretty decent A-Spec, just because Dondozo's not actually that much of a beefy boy anymore. Like, you think he kind of is, but to be honest, there's just so many decks, especially in this format, that can actually one-shot Dondozo, then it's just a bit meh, really. But like Xerosic Cape over here will give you plus 100 HP, which, that would have been nice in this deck, but Heavy Baton and just general energy acceleration means you kind of have to run Heavy Baton over it. But yeah, 260 HP would be considerably better than 160, but yeah, sadly can't really make room for it. Just a bit of a shame, really, that Dondozo can't have 2 tool cards attached to it, but, if it could have 2 tool cards on it, then that'd be great, but yeah, sadly not. But yeah, this is indeed the worst trainer trial deck, just in the game, really. It's awful. And it will be the worst in GLC, and it'll also be the worst again in the CU Cup, probably. But yes, remember Power, let me know what you think about Dondozo. Have you been able to win a game with this deck? And yeah, thank you for watching. And then I'll attach an energy. I will play a... Actually, I'll just get the other Dondozo out if it's in there. I may as well get out now, right? Just get him out the deck. Fin the cards. So, if we fin the cards, then we can, probably have more of a chance of getting the supplemental swallow up. Brock's scouting is a bit rough, but I will take it out the deck anyway. I would have much preferred an Arven, but, that's alright, because we do want a Baton, really, especially for the first one. So I'll then use the swallow up, and hopefully it's a bunch of energy. That's good. We do get all 4 energy. So hitting 4 energy means that we can actually just start attaching to the bench Dondozos, which is definitely good. Now, if my opponent is playing Luminous Energy, then that really sucks because they can try and confuse us. Confusion is extremely annoying, so I'm hoping they can't confuse us this turn. Like, if they get it off later on, then sure, okay, but The thing is, if we die to Confusion, then we don't get to keep the energy with the Baton, so that's a bit of a problem. But it does look like they're going to use TM Evolution this turn, which is okay by me. So yeah, that's another thing actually. I don't think Fraligator can do quite enough damage to one-shot us, but because of like Monkey Dory, they will be able to, you know, heal themselves when they use their ability. And then at that point, I think they're doing like just 180. So that's pretty annoying, but you know, I'm still going to try and win this. Again, you know, we are taking the first prize card here, which is at least a bit optimistic, right? It's something. But yeah, Confusion's a bit annoying. But today's been a bit of an odd day for Silver Series. Like I faced a lot of like proper, well-constructed decks that are basically not this trash. You know, like Fraligator, Roaring Moon, a lot of Diplin. You know, like a lot of the more better decks for sure in this format. So yeah, this guy's gonna do 150, 180. Yeah, okay, that's a bit of a problem, but doesn't matter. Attach energy down here. So yeah, this is where like a Xerosic over Brock Scouting would be pretty good. So definitely something to bear in mind for the future. But I mean, I played a Brock Scouting. I only played 2 in the deck. And like this is the other copy of it. So go figure, you know. Also, did anyone see that weird mirror effect? That was weird. Okay, please be a Baton or an Arven. Baton. That's not a Baton. That's an energy. Oh, that sucks. I don't think we can win now. Like, I just don't, because, yeah, if they can one-shot us for 1 energy, then, like, there's just no shot we can win this. Yeah, there's no shot, right? I'll see what he does this turn, but, like, if he one-shots us here, then, yeah, I'm just going to concede. Because there's no point. No point at all. I mean, Diplin's not much better because, like, okay, thanks, that was helpful. But, like, Diplin's not much better because, yeah, they can just take the multiple prize turn eventually, but Secret Box will actually get us the tool card, but I think it's going to be too little too late at this point. Reverse Thrust. Sure, I guess. Gonna feed me a Croconaw or something. No, a Monkey Dory. Interesting. If I could remove both of these, that would be good, but I don't play any Gust effects. Gear. Yes, in case we hit an Arven. We don't. Never mind. I will Secret Box here then. And I'll get Arven this way. Yep, discard them. And then we can find an Arven. And I will probably take... I could take Night Stretcher, but no, I'll take Pokégear. Just in case we want to try and find another Arven at some point. So yeah, I'll take Arven. I don't think Night Stretcher is really working out in this list. I don't think you need more than 4 Dondozo to try this strategy out. You know, I just think it's... I think it's a bit of a pipe dream at that point, you know? I will then attach an energy down here because we kind of have to. I will then do Hydro Splash. Don't need to Arven because we know that there's no other tool cards in deck. Now, I really want this to be a tool card. If this could be a tool card, that'd be great. Right, tool card. 1 time. That's a tool card. Good. Okay, Heavy Baton. It's great. It's great to see this card. So my opponent will evolve here. And then they'll use Reverse Thrust for more than enough damage once they've done the Monkey Dory shenanigans, which kind of sucks. But, you know, we took 2 prizes. That's something. We might be able to take 3 prizes. Take another prize with Dondozo, but I don't think we'll win after that. So there's a Luminous. That kind of sucks. Means they can, if they want to, use Confusion on us. So there's a Feraligatr. Now, they only have 1 card in hand, which is the plus here. Of course it's a draw supporter. Why wouldn't it be a draw supporter? You know, like, why wouldn't it be? Okay, we do get Arven, though. Arven's good. course they get Fraligator. Of course. Why not? Why not? Pokégear. Crispin. Please go away. You only play like 2 Crispin in that list as well. Of course. Why wouldn't you have that item? Yep, I know, Adrenabrain. Yeah, this sucks. This actually just sucks. Why do I do this to myself? I could be playing Fraligator in this format, or Diplid, or Roaring Moon, or literally any other competent deck, but I was like, nah, today I'm going to try and win with Dondozo. Just never ends well. Never ends well. Right, Monkey Dory on bench Dondozo. This is very easy to predict. It's going to happen. We know it is. Yep. Straight onto that guy. Very predictable. Right, reverse thrust for the KO. Yep, 150. I suppose if they keep reverse thrusting, right, we can just always KO whatever they promote, but yeah, we keep the energy at least. We have one more tool card, so that's something. KO Totodile. Yeah, so them having a Luxurious Cape is actually really annoying. So I'll put an energy down here. And then I'll Arven for the other baton. Yeah, we'll just get baton. I don't think we need any of these, to be honest. Like, we just don't need anything at this point. Like, we just don't. So yeah, I'll put heavy baton on the active one. And then Skadoosh, 180. So we took 3 prize cards. That's admirable. You know, that is impressive with Dondozo. Take a prize. Baton? No, it's an energy. That's rough. So we have a 1 in 3 chance to draw our last baton out of the prizes. Which is a bit of a shame. Of course you have Countercatcher. Although, to be honest, I don't think it matters too much which ones you use. Like, which ones they KO. I don't think it does, necessarily. Don't think it does. I still think he wins this either way, but we'll see. Yep, double Monkey Dory, so he can start, like, setting up multiple Adrenabrains. That's going to get really annoying as well. Kind of sucks. So yeah, he's going to be able to heal off 60 here. Such a broken card, honestly. Oh dear. Can he KO Dondozo by just using Adrenabrain? Because, like, he must know that he's already going to win this. So, like, you deny me prizes, bro. Big bite. Oh. Oh, that's clever. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Unfortunately, if he just keeps doing this, like the chip strat, he will win, unfortunately, because he can do 20 here. Another, actually, no. But he can do Combuskin, so. Or just back-to-back the Gearnas. Superior Energy Retrieval, okay. Scarred's Pidgeotto. Yeah, it was 2 Pidgeottos. Interesting. Psychic Energy, Spike Draw. I mean, this might just be a challenge deck. Is there that possibility? I don't understand Volcarona, though. Like, why is Volcarona in the deck, if that's the case? And like, why are all these pre-evolutions here, you know? Yeah, I'll attach an RNG. So unfortunately we do lose next turn, but we did take 4 prize cards with Dondozo, which I think is impressive, you know. Considering it's just one Pokemon. One Pokemon, you know? I think that's impressive. And yep, I'll take a prize. Thank you very much. Hero's Cape? No, just energy. Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, we were kind of close. We were kind of close. But yeah, I'm really curious. Is this actually just Trainer Trials or is this standard? I'm really curious. I want to see now. Maybe it is just Trainer Trials. So yep, Spike Draw for the win. Magearna does the most damage in their entire match. Cool. Cool beans. Ah, that was a Rotundra. Who cares? Magearna's cooler.